I wanted to know, like, how did your parents receive, or your family relatives, how did they react when they got to know you are in the part of MasterChef?
Okay, I will tell you something very controversial. Yeah,
Okay.
extremely controversial.
Can you
Fail in
tell
my
me one
family.
story?
Okay, this is very embarrassing.
It's okay.
This is
We would
extremely
love to
embarrassing.
hear, yeah.
A lot of people don't know about this. I played national as well. I was gold medalist.
What?
I am.
Even this is a surprise. Thank you so much, Akhil, for joining me today for my very first podcast. I would say Rosh podcast. Can
The
you?
pleasure is all mine. Thanks a lot for inviting me. This is also my first interview. I'm I'm enjoying the fandom right now.
That's great. That's great. So, just for the audience, can you just share something about yourself, like, or before that, can you just tell me how was your experience with MasterChef India Telugu? Like,
Oh my god. The whole thing was a roller coaster of it was a huge roller coaster.
mhm.
You know, in some episodes the dishes come out really well, and then but most interesting thing that I found in in my journey was the learning. I got to meet 9 others who are extremely passionate about food. How often do you find people with that passion towards food? It's not very
Yeah.
often. And for example, if I talk to my friends about food, it is mostly about biryani. It's mandi. It's Chinese, Indo-Chinese. But then, especially you remember we went to this one restaurant. Should we name it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, we went to Trisent. You recommended that Trisent. Dude, that was like a crazy experience. And especially you and Basha used to dissect everything. You are these doctors who used to postmortem every single dish and then tell us, oh yeah, this is how it is made. Oh my god, that was like one of the best.
And you know, the best part of that visit, I got my best dish from that whole dining experience. If you remember.
I know. But I disagree, because even before we going to Trisent, you mentioned that before only. The gamer idea was not based on that, is what I assume. But
I mean, I had a thought of doing something similar.
Yeah.
But luckily or unfortunately, it also came in Trescent's menu.
Yeah, it was coincidentally.
So coincidentally there, so it boosted to definitely do that dish in the competition some or the other.
I know.
Yeah.
I heard a lot about it. Yeah. And especially when we met one of our judges, the judges specifically mentioned that that it was amazing. She remembered even after the show that it was such amazing.
Yeah, I think it came on YouTube.
Is it?
Yeah,
it's on YouTube.
Yeah, I'll share once the episode comes. I'll share.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So just can you tell me how did your journey start? Like, what is your background?
Okay.
Yeah. Like, okay, just tell me from your childhood, like how was your upbringing?
My upbringing? Okay.
And from where did you come?
Okay. Long story. Like, it's a huge story.
Yeah, just
I'll keep it extremely short.
Okay.
I'm a Hyderabadi, born, brought up, lived everything in Hyderabad. Schooling in Hyderabad, then +1, +2.
Which school?
Oh, I'm a Depsite. I studied in DPS and then KKR. I have changed so many schools. Oh. I'm this naughty kid at home that who never studied in his whole who was this super naughty, but then this kid used to concentrate only on couple of things, like studies decently. Okay. He was okay. He was I'm talking about myself. I'm in 3rd person. Yeah. So I was also a chess player.
Oh,
a lot of people don't know about this. I played national as well.
Damn, seriously?
Yeah, nobody knows this. I'm telling you.
Okay.
And then I represented my school as well, like a lot of times. I'm not a rated player, but then my brother and I both are.
What does rated mean?
So you get FIDE as a rating club.
Okay.
The grandmasters, they call them grandmasters, international masters and all. Yeah. Like that, they give ratings. If you have this kind of rating, then you are called a grandmaster. So there is different ratings. And then I'm not a rated player or anything, but then we played. I represented school. I represented a lot of
even Hyderabad.
Yeah. Not Hyderabad. You don't represent Hyderabad.
Okay.
Not exactly.
Telangana.
Yeah, you play in Telangana. You play in the state level and the
Mhm.
national level, where people from other states also come and compete with you.
So you represent Telangana on national level.
Not exactly. It doesn't work as
Means
you represent.
you have to represent some state, right? Or Andhra Pradesh.
Not exactly. Like obviously, it is more individual than
Okay.
state-wise or this one. And then I changed a lot of schools because I was a tough kid.
Oh, okay.
I feel
I
bad
mean,
for my parents.
what would you do? Like, what do you mean by tough kid?
The thing is, my definition of naughtiness, my parents' definition of naughtiness is different. Where I was a hyperactive kid who used to roam around everywhere. We used to do all sort of things. That kind of naughtiness, but then nothing harmful to anybody or anything. There are stories like, and then there is a
Like, can you tell me one story?
Okay, this is very embarrassing.
It's okay.
This is
We would
extremely
love to
embarrassing.
hear, yeah.
Okay. So there is this my aunt told me recently. I didn't know about this. I genuinely don't remember
Okay.
this. So in my childhood, after, you remember in Ganesh Chaturthi, they do the the puja, and after the puja they have Mahanaivedyam, where the whole bhog will be there.
Yeah.
So my grandfather went to get the bhog where my grandmom was making it. So by the time he got the bhog, I took the Ganesh and then I took him at the, so there used to be veranda, and then there used to be a backyard in the old houses.
Okay.
So there is a backyard, and then I took it to the backyard. And then I started doing my own puja, my own set of puja.
Okay.
My grandfather flipped it. He's like, where the god is? Where did the god go? He didn't understand.
Crazy.
Yeah, this is like, he didn't understand where did the god go. And then he is this extremely religious and, is the spiritual guy with a lot of rules and regulations. And then God missing right in front of him. He was pissed. He was pissed to the next level, and then he had to look for it was a humongous house, so he had to try, he roamed, he checked everywhere, and then he finally found me in the backyard praying. and then he started shouting. Apparently I don't even remember this. My aunt came for the rescue, and then she was like, Dad, listen, he's a kid, what will you know? And then I didn't even care that he scolded me. I was like, I got him this idol back, and then I started roaming around and then playing again. I'm that kind of kid who never cared about anything. So
interesting.
Yeah. On the naughtiness scale, mine is on the and Akhil is the benchmark.
So any incident from the school?
School, not that I can tell on podcast, but then after the show,
anything small, which
nothing interesting.
Nothing interesting.
Too interesting, but not on the podcast.
Hey, come on, the viewers would want to know.
Yeah, next question, please.
Okay. Yeah, so from school, +1, +2.
Yeah, I did my +1, +2, and then like I don't know if you can relate to this, but like a typical Telugu guy, it was either MBBS or this one, and IIT, and I got into Sri Chaitanya. It's either Sri Chaitanya, Narayana, or the famous one.
So you're from Sri Chaitanya?
I'm from Sri Chaitanya.
So you know NRI?
Yeah, NRI, obviously.
Yeah,
NRI is
so actually there was a new branch starting at my place, so I joined NRI.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So apparently 2 years just took off somehow.
I still cannot understand how those 2 years went. Like, that was a snap of a finger, but painful.
Why?
Dude, long hours of studies and then strict rules. Parents also sacrifice a lot. They are like, they don't go to functions, they don't go anywhere. They're like, my son is. It's like, it's not like I'm alone studying for it. It's like the whole family studying together for one exam. It felt like that. And then I did civil engineering. My dad is a civil engineer.
Oh, okay.
I took civil engineering in my bachelor's.
Where was that?
In Geethams. Yeah. Okay. And then I graduated from Geetham. I was gold medalist.
What?
Yeah, I am.
Even this is a surprise. There's so many things you didn't share with us.
Yeah. This is for you, man. This is for you. The thing is, my dad is a civil engineer, so every day when I go back home, he used to ask, what did the lecturers teach you. And then he remembers everything, dude. What do? I had to study. I didn't have a choice, because as soon as I come back home, he's like, what did they teach you? And then I tell him this. Oh, did they teach you this? So I had to listen to the classes also. It was not like I could bunk them or anything. And then and I really liked civil engineering, so it was okay.
Yeah, actually, I would say you're very lucky.
Yeah,
Having a civil engineer father.
Yeah. That honestly, I will dedicate it to my parents. The reason is, especially my dad, because there was this one exam I was about to flunk. I swear to God, I was so scared. So that day morning, early in the morning, I woke him up at 6:30 or 6:30. I don't remember what time exactly. And then he put his phone on silent, and then he sat with me for 3 hours. 3 hours straight, and then helped me with that particular subject. Dude, I scored so well. You won't believe how well I scored. I didn't believe that score. I was like, did I get that score? I checked it twice. I was
crazy.
Like, yeah, he helped me that. Dude, that few subjects he actually helped me. So I'm actually grateful that I studied that. And then from there I went to University of Melbourne. Then I moved to Melbourne. That is in the world's top 30 universities.
Okay.
Now it's in top 15, I think. Top 15 or 16.
So that was masters.
That was my masters.
And it's in civil engineering?
I did construction management.
Okay.
You get into streamline this one. Yeah. So I got into... So my food journey starts from that. Melbourne. Honestly, what was the first recipe that I shared with someone was in 2012. That was Maggi ka recipe. It was a special recipe. So you see these street vendors making noodles. So I copied one. So I put soya sauce, tomato sauce, and green chili sauce, and then I did the same with Maggi and with some tempering. So that was the first recipe that I have ever done. It was not a new recipe. It was not it was just copying it, but then in a different way. And then I shared it with one. This also I don't remember. This one of my friend, after I got into MasterChef, she reminded me. You know what? You remember this? She reminded me after so many years. This was the first recipe you ever shared. And I was like, yeah, dude. And my parents also reminded me that there was this one instance when I was in my 3rd grade. This was back in 2004, I guess.
Okay.
So I made tea. That was the first memory of them. For them,
you working with food.
Yeah, me working with food. My earliest memory would be making, snacks at home. Do you remember? Those days, mums and grandmoms used to make huge bulk quantities of snacks. So my mom used to make those snacks.
I mean, what kind of snacks were they?
Bundi ka laddu. And then there is this
Pindi Vantakalu. Okay.
Gabalu ane okati untundi. So those ones, that is, and at my house, chekkalu are very special, dude. My mom makes amazing chekkalu.
Crazy.
They are yum. She gets it right, dude. And then they're very thin. It's not extremely thin also, not the
not like the regular ones, but finer than that,
but then very tasty, dude. She makes amazing one. I tried replicating it a lot. Off the record, I did that in MasterChef auditions also, one of the auditions.
How did it turn out?
Not as good as my mom's. The thing is, when your mom is around, I don't know, for some reason the dishes come right. Either I'm too scared of her, or for some reason the dish came out really well at home. But then I cannot say the same about the audition. It was good on.
Okay.
And
but by the way, how did the Maggi turn out?
Maggi? Maggi was nice.
Yeah, I mean, your friend reminded you, right? Like, did she tell how was the Maggi when you made it the first time?
She tried it. She tried it at home. The same recipe she tried. And then she liked it. That's how she remembers it. So
will you be releasing that recipe anytime soon?
Dude, it's not crazy recipe. You will laugh at me if I tell you that recipe. It is just, it is my first recipe. It's just that.
I mean, I would want to know what was your first recipe and how did you do? That would be, people would be interested.
You would totally judge me for that, okay?
It's okay.
Manam pop the tempering is there. No? I put the tempering and then did Maggi on that with garlic and this one. It had jeera in it. It also had garlic. It had this one, Maggi, and then I put tomato sauce, soya sauce, and green chili sauce that you get, that, and a little bit of vinegar. That was my first, and it is nice. Trust me, I like it. Okay.
You won't believe, I made the exact same recipe last year.
Are you serious?
Yes,
Are you serious?
exactly the same.
Oh,
I made it last year for my sister. She absolutely loved it.
I know, right? That is a nice recipe only.
I mean, it's like, the Chinese thing,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
add all that and adding that Indian touch to it.
Oh
And
my
just
god!
eating-
I thought you'll ridicule me.
No, I myself have made it. Not once, like couple of times.
So it was inspired. It was inspired from upma.
Exactly. That
Oh, is it?
upma, Chinese,
Upma
those
Chinese
sauces and all.
sauces and all.
And
yeah.
then, just instead of rice or anything, add Maggi noodles. That's all.
Absolutely, that is how I got the thought. Exactly how I thought about it.
Crazy.
That
man.
was one of the first recipes.
Mm.
But then during my engineering, I used to make salads because I didn't want to put on weight.
Hey,
Salads. And,
That means that wasn't the first dish.
no, after that, so 2012 was my plus two. I did my
Mhm.
plus two in 2012, and
So
then
Maggie was in Melbourne.
no, Maggie was in before Melbourne.
Oh, okay. My
Maggie
bad.
was in 2012. 2012.
I was thinking Melbourne.
No.
Okay.
I went to Melbourne in 2018.
Okay.
So that was not the first recipe.
Mhm.
This happened way before that.
Mhm.
Way before. In engineering, it was mostly salads. I
In
yeah.
diet, huh?
Diet, exactly, diet, and Subway is expensive, man. Subway
Yeah,
is
true.
Subway is expensive. So you might as well do it at home with
Mm.
the similar ingredients, and then you get almost everything. So mostly it was salads, wraps, that kind of
Mm.
things. But then the second I had to move to Melbourne, I took a crash course from my mom.
Okay.
That was a crash course, okay?
Uh-huh.
So I literally used to help her every single day before going there. She gave me a crash course for 1-2 months. I don't remember
Mm.
exactly. And she threw me out of the kitchen once. Yeah, dude, it is extremely difficult to cook with my mom. She has a mild level OCD. I mean, I hope she doesn't watch
I'll
this.
tell you one disclaimer.
Yeah.
It's just not your mom. It's almost every Indian mom.
okay.
She would want her kitchen to be exactly how she does.
Exactly.
Even I used to go in the kitchen and help, like, no, don't keep it there. Keep it here.
Oh
No,
my
Keep
god.
it properly. Don't keep the station clean. Don't, make a
Knife.
mess.
Yeah.
Keep the knife clean. Clean it and put it inside.
And which
So many
direction?
things.
I know. Like, for example, you clean the, what do you call, cutting part, and then you can't put it on this side. You just have to flip it and put it on the other side. Dude, she's that picky. And then this actually helped. I'm grateful to my mom because in MasterChef, even though my counter was not always clean, but then I always, that psychologically, I am used to it. I have to clean it. Yeah, that's how. Even though they are, 5-star level, all cleaned and sprayed and everything, even then I need to do it.
Yeah, normally that's what, every culinary
Yeah.
teacher, they teach us, all the chefs and all. Clean as you go.
Clean as you go.
As
Yeah.
Chef Chalpati Rao has said
Oh my
so
God.
many times.
So many times. And then it makes sense also. I think we work better with that. So she threw me out when I was making chapati.
Damn.
So you fidget with your phone all the time. I was fidgeting with my phone or something. And then, I burnt it, obviously. What will happen? The burn.
Why?
And then she was like, shut the hell up, get out. And for that reason, I have never learned chapatis until later. It took me next 2 years or 3 years to get the chapatis right.
Okay.
Because she didn't teach me. And then when I moved to Melbourne, here it starts my journey. The actual journey starts from here. So it was either cooking or cleaning. And I am so bad at cleaning that a 2-year-old or 3-year-old can say it's bad. That bad it is. Like, I'm exaggerating, but then it's bad, okay? And if I clean, there might be a spot left, and if somebody picks that spot and says that, clear it again, I get annoyed. So I'm like, I'll choose cooking. And then I was okay with it. And that's how I started. And then I used to live with Tamil people, like Tamil speaking people.
Paklam.
Hey, that word I taught you. Arigato, you taught me.
Yeah, that's the only word I know.
So coming back, I have a lot of Tamil influence in cooking. It's because one of my other roommate also, his name is Sanjay.
Okay.
Yeah. And then he also used to cook a lot. And then his dishes were Tamil influenced a lot.
Right.
And some dishes like Vatta Kadambu and all, I'm like huge fan. Even now, I like his sambar than any sambar.
What was that?
Vatta Kadambu.
What the?
Vatta Colombo.
Vatta Colombo.
Colombo in Tamil means curry.
Okay, it's a curry.
It's a curry.
Okay.
It's made out of crispy element, and then you cook. It tastes like our pulusu only, but then a very thick pulusu.
I mean, it's a veg or non-veg?
It's a vegetarian.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you eat it with rice. And and then interesting stuff about them is like sambar is a special dish for us. Usually we eat sambar just like that.
Yeah.
So for them, sambar is the main dish, and then everything else is accomplishments with that. So everything they call side dish.
Okay.
So they mix rice with sambar, and then that is the main component.
Okay.
And then they add potato fry, any other fry, chicken fry or whatever. It's all accomplishments based or sides beside it. So for us at home, sometimes if mama is busy and then she makes sambar, we are done. We are happy. Sambar, it's done. So our tummies are full. But then it was not the same. And then I used to cook for 8 people, including myself.
Okay.
Highest I've cooked for 12 people for span of 2 months. Not 2 months.
Every day for 12 people.
Every day for 12 people, only dinner.
Okay.
Dinner, I used to come back from college, and then we used to have this huge, humongous rice cooker. Okay. And then I used to make, we had one big, one big kadai kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, kadai. And then I used to make a separate gravy. And then, I'll give you an example, tomato rice. So I used to make all the tomato ka, whatever, that part separately and the rice separately, and then used to mix it together. And then that 12 of us used to share. Or I used to make a curry, and then we used to get ready-made ka chapati. Yeah. Making chapati for so many people is impossible. Like, it's very, very time consuming.
Actually, you can, like, if they give some hand.
So only one other friend used to help.
Okay, out of 12 people, only one person.
Yeah, only one.
Okay.
And rest of them used to help in, sometimes in cutting. One very good friend, his name is Karthik. He used to clean every single time. And then he used to cut also. And dude, I made friends, a lot of friends because of food. You won't believe where Pani Puri, I have a Pani Puri story. Pani Puri used to cost us $6 for 7 pieces or 5 pieces.
$6 for 5
pieces. Approximately.
Okay.
So it is approximately $1.20 or something for 1 piece. If you convert it into
100 rupees,
70 rupees. Australian dollar is 55, 56. Yeah. So I could not enjoy the food, dude. And this might sound a little cheap, but then, dude, 2 of us bought it. First time when I went there, 2 of us shared 1 plate ka pani puri. Like 2 of us. That was that expensive. So I was like, I can't deal with this, and pani puri is my staple diet. It's a part of my diet every week. I need to have pani puri. Without pani puri, I can't survive. Yeah. So, and then I made it at home, and then it is a huge hit, dude. It turned out so well. I remember this. Sanjay, one roommate, made
the Tamil guy.
Yeah. He made tamarind ki chutney. That proper tamarind and sweet. It was amazing. And then I made the potato filling and all. It took very less time. And it was very nice. People used to come just to eat that, dude, because it was very expensive outside.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they were like, I'm getting good food, and then I was like, please come over, and then I made friends like that. And then everybody wanted to be my roommate because they used to get good food, and I was like enjoying the fandom there. But I dedicate my food journey to my mom. Obviously, she taught me first, but mostly to my roommates because they have survived my cooking for so long. With them I stayed for around 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, 2 years. We used to make Tamil, Telugu food, nice Indo-Chinese and all of that. And then moved in with Telugu people, my cousin and few other friends. There I have tried all sort of new recipes. Remember, even in the live that we did, I also mentioned this. I got them addicted to bubble tea. Yeah, boba tea. And even I made you try bubble tea, I guess.
No? It's not bad, like it's good, but not a big fan.
It's an acquired taste. My classmates, they were people from China. We used to drink that a lot. Looking at them drink that every single day, I got used to it. I was like, what is this drink that they drink every single day? And then they carry it throughout the campus. They just carry it like that. After looking at it for so long, so many times, I just got, I should try it. And then I used to try it once in a while, and then I got addicted.
But have you asked them anytime, like, why are they so addicted to bubble tea and all?
Yeah. So in the lot of Chinese, when they have food, if you observe, they have a lot of tea as well with that.
Yeah.
They are addicted to tea. And then I have seen a lot of Chinese where they bring a big flask of green tea, but then the dilution is a lot. The way we drink green tea and the way they drink green tea, there is a small difference that I've observed that they dilute it more than we do. And then they drink it throughout the day. It's a part of their diet.
Interesting.
So for that reason, even the bubble tea had a green tea and the tea. So and then they used to drink it throughout the day slowly. And the difference between me and them was, if I started drinking, I would have finished it in 5-10 minutes. And then in the library, when they sit down, they drink it for hours together, dude. I don't want to sound like a creep. I genuinely am not a creep, but then I'm telling you this.
That's okay.
Yeah. I might sound like a creep, but I'm sorry if I'm sounding like a creep. There was this one lady from the Southeast Asian. I don't know which country, but then she looked Southeast Asian. So, or Asian. So she sat beside me, or one step beside us, closer in the library.
Okay.
And then she sat there for 6-7 hours straight. She didn't move. No washroom breaks or anything. And there's one guy, for every 1 hour, I need to take a walk, I need to do something, I need to drink some water, I need to see what's happening, I need to go out, I need the sun. That lady, I don't know how, she just studied like that. And then, she had this laptop in front of her, and then notepad, and then the bubble tea. That's all. And then she sat there for 6-7 hours straight, dude. I mean, it's still shocking. I'm like, how does she manage her legs? How does it? I have no idea how that works.
It's difficult for me also to sit half an hour also at the same place and study. And 15-20 minutes study, take 5 minutes break. 15-20 minutes study, 5 minutes break.
It's good. It's called, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Pomodoro timer or something.
Yeah.
So you have
Pomodoro.
Oh,
yeah,
so
Pomodoro.
Sorry. Pomodoro timer, something like that. So you put 20 minutes, you study 20 minutes, you concentrate full focus, and then you take 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then 20 minutes again. Yeah, it's a good practice, I heard.
Yeah, it absolutely works.
Yeah.
But somewhat, it still kept me an average student.
Cool. Yeah, what's the point?
So yeah, okay. I would want to ask, you had a lot of Asian influence in MasterChef.
Yeah.
But how did that come from? From where did that come?
So even in a college or in Australia in general, we have a lot of Asian people there.
Okay.
So Australia is, a lot of Southeast Asian people, settlement is higher. So I would say Asian, South Asian, us, and then original Australian settlers and Aboriginals and all. Yeah, this was the kind of settlement that I've seen mostly. Yeah. So because of that, we had a lot of restaurants which were dedicated. Like, for example, we had Vietnamese places, Thai places and all. And I explore food a lot. I love Ethiopian, I love Southeast Asian, and for some reason, and you will get offended if I say this, but then, European in general style of cooking and all is not very healthy in my own perspective. Please correct me if I'm wrong, because it has a lot of breads and calories and all.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, but when you go for Southeast Asian and South Asian, if you see, they have a lot of balance, is what I've seen. I might be terribly wrong here.
No, absolutely, they focus more on having that total balance.
Correct.
I mean, not just focusing on just the bread and some accompaniments.
Yes.
They want everything. Especially Koreans, they have meat, they have veggies.
Exactly.
They can't just eat veggies.
Well. Yeah.
Or they can't just eat non-veg. There has to be both.
And I find, personally, Southeast Asian food filling. Like example, pho. Dude, I love pho so much. And then if you want to go on diet, I seriously would recommend just go on pho. I mean, seriously, man, imagine you have rice noodles.
Yeah.
You just have rice noodles. And then you have a broth. And then boiled vegetables. And then your tummy is so full after that. It stays full for 2-3 hours, dude. And then the broth is also healthy. But then I feel the salt content is a little high because of the flavoring and all. I find the salt content to go a little.
I guess it depends on place to place, but pho, when you said pho, it reminded me of my travel at Singapore.
Okay.
So I had my first pho over there.
Uh-huh.
I was absolutely blown away. I mean, it was just a clear broth and some chicken pieces and noodles. But every bite I was taking, every soup I was drinking, every spoon, like, from where did the flavor is coming?
I know.
It's just a clean, clear water.
Exactly.
So what are you up to these days? And after Melbourne, what have you been doing?
Okay, after Melbourne, I moved back to India in 2021. I've been working for my father since then. Yeah.
Lucky, yeah.
Lucky. Yeah. Off the record, one of the things that I've said on MasterChef was that my salary didn't increase in past 2 years. That's one of the reasons why I was looking for a career change.
Oh.
But then, yeah, the salary is good now.
Okay.
He has increased it.
Great.
Yeah.
So, any hobbies apart from, your daily job?
I am into photography. I love photography.
Damn.
So one of the reasons I got into photography was because of food.
Okay.
Yeah, because after you cook that dish, after you make something, you like to click the picture for you to, remember it. So I have that habit of, keeping these logs kind of thing. So that's how I got into photography. And then I started doing portraits and mostly astrophotography. I love astrophotography. I've clicked it in Ladakh. I've clicked it in Maharashtra in 2-3 places. I've clicked it in Hill Island.
So you're quite a photographer.
No, not a completely amateur photographer.
Okay.
But then I usually go with the group of people who are very good at it. So so I get inspired from them and then I click.
I mean, that's a really good hobby to have.
Yeah. One of the reasons I like food and photography is because it's something that you can control if you know it properly. You have that chance to control it.
Right.
So that's something that I really love about both of them.
Great. So coming to MasterChef.
Okay.
So what was your best dish, which you felt you really absolutely loved preparing it? And, you were looking forward for the judges to try.
Actually speaking, shakshuka was something that the last dish that I made, unfortunately. Yeah. Okay. That was something that was actually, waiting for the judges' compliments, because personally, that was one of, it's a different fusion that usually what I do. Like, it's a completely different fusion than I usually do. It's because when I mix two cuisines, I make sure that there is some similarities. But then these two cuisines were they are from two corners of the world. So, and then I tried doing, so I was quite, and then interesting one, I would say, even pina colada ka dish, I was really, I was, okay, you know this.
I mean, you were very unsure, like, how the judges will receive it.
Exactly.
Whether it will be good or not.
Yeah, because, sometimes you think that the dish is extraordinary, but then the judges might not like it. That happens a lot. Exactly.
First dish.
Yeah. I know. So yeah, exactly. So again, it's someone's perspective towards fruit, but that someone has seen a lot of dishes in the world. They're experts in this field. So yeah, but then it turned out really well. The pina colada was.
Yeah, I've seen your expressions, like how, like, you're totally surprised, like, oh really, did they really like it? Oh my god.
Exactly. I was like, yeah, like, are you serious, dude? One of the things that I dreamt about during the shoot and everything, I had a bad dream. I had a nightmare.
Oh.
About Gordon Ramsay, unfortunately. So So in one of the MasterChef, I'm pretty sure it was MasterChef. So Gordon Ramsay takes the dish and puts it in the dustbin. Yeah. And
Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah. Was that in Hell's Kitchen or MasterChef? I don't know.
Gordon Ramsay, I believe he never done it. Probably
Hell's Kitchen.
Hell's Kitchen he has done.
Yeah. So in one of the places, and even in MasterChef, one of the judges have done that before, where they take the complete plate and then put in. So I dreamt about Gordon Ramsay putting it in the dustbin. So that is like something which I was very worried about. If it's undercooked or something, God forbid, and then you serve it to the judges,
they would be pissed.
Yeah. Exactly.
So yeah, one thing I wanted to know, like, how did your parents receive, or your family relatives, how did they react when they got to know you are in the part of MasterChef?
Okay, I will tell you something very controversial. Yeah,
okay.
Extremely controversial.
Uh-huh.
Nobody's inviting
me. I love
me.
controversies.
Yeah. Nobody's inviting me home right now. no one is inviting me home right now. They're like, we don't want to cook for you. They're scared of
Why?
because somebody was gone to MasterChef, and then if they were to cook for me, I might or might not like it, is what they feel. It's actually true. They're like, yeah, either you cook or we'll order.
Okay, they will not cook for
They
you.
will not cook for me anymore. That days are done. Those days are done where they used to cook for me. I mean, close set of relatives whom I love the most, I will obviously not name them, but then even they are like, right now I have no intentions of cooking. You have, I'll give you my phone. You can order on Zomato. You can order on Swiggy.
So we are not going to cook for you.
Yeah, or you know where the kitchen is. I'll be your sous chef. You can cook and feed us also.
Wow, that's next level.
That's next level. They're like, you know so much about food, and then, dude, honestly, everyone has their own style of cooking.
Yeah,
okay,
true.
And like, for example, if I go to my aunt has her own touch to food. My grandmom on the mother's side is an other level cook, dude. She does not taste before serving it. She knows exactly how much salt to put it in
Through smell
or through instinct, and then she gets it right every single time, dude. It's never salty, dude. If I have to do it, half of the sink is about spoons and all. I had to
keep on tasting.
I keep on tasting it. That's how I cook.
Yeah.
But then my grandmom doesn't have to. So yeah, and everyone that you meet in terms of cooking, you will have some or the other thing to learn. If they know how to cook,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they might be. They don't need to be a Michelin star chef, or they don't have to be a trained chef. Even a home chef, any home chef, whether it's your mom, whether it's your sister, whether it's your aunt, uncle, everyone has their touch. Everyone has the signature dishes. If they know cooking, you can learn something or the other. And I love their food now. They don't want to feed me. I'm like, I'm sad.
That's so sad.
I'm so sad right now. I'm like, I don't mind. You can feed me. They're like, no, we don't want to feed you anymore.
Yeah. I mean, apart from relatives, like, what was your reaction of your mom and dad and your brother?
My brother,
I guess he would have been excited.
He is excited, dude. He has installed Instagram only for me. That's how much he doesn't like Instagram. He does. So he's like, I want to see your reels and everything, and then I want to see you on MasterChef, those bits and everything. That's the reason why he has installed MasterChef, and he has posted his first post on WhatsApp and on his stories is about me only. He has never ever done that before. And mom and dad, they loved it. I mean, obviously, it's quite cool to see a kid there.
Yeah, on television.
On television.
Who would not want to do that?
Yeah.
And boast about it. See, my kid is on TV.
Yeah. And they have their own take on the show. They'll have their own judgments.
Yeah, that's okay. But that's fine.
They're like, you could have been a little calmer. I tried telling them, Dad, out of all the people in the world, I am not tensed. That I am putting in my 100%. That's how I look when I'm putting. Only when the judges are tasting my food, that's when I'm scared. When I'm cooking, I am not tensed. I am involved. That's how I look when I'm involved.
And people don't understand that.
Yeah, obviously through face feelings. When when you're serious, also you look the same, and then when you're tense, also you almost look the same. Either look the same in both the cases. So that's why people misunderstand.
Yeah.
But then when, especially in the Pina Colada one, dude, I had goosebumps. I can't tell you. I literally had goosebumps. I was like, goosebumps, go. Let's clear out the goosebumps.
That was crazy.
That was nice. Yeah.
So, and one more thing. So in MasterChef, whom you really looked on to as a co-contestant or favorite co-contestant, you can say.
Okay. I'm not playing it safe. I'm honestly not playing it safe at all.
Okay.
But I learned this. I posted a story about you guys, if you remember. Dude, I've learned a lot from each one of you. Like, name anybody, I've learned something or the other from you. So I cannot specifically say, that this is the best contestant. Like, for example, I'm giving you. When I speak to you, you are a walking encyclopedia. I actually named you walking encyclopedia. I mean, no offense. My brother and all know you as walking encyclopedia. The knowledge about food, the knowledge about your knowledge about food and
I
everything.
still have so much to learn.
Yeah, you don't have to be modest about it, dude. If somebody were to, keep that exam of, having the food knowledge, I'm sure you'll fly, you'll pass it with flying colors. I bet my life on it. That is something that, and then that your zeal about learning new stuff, you keep reading about food and all, something that I really admire about you. Again, Basha is another, like, even similar. This I've seen in both your cases, where, when you even hold a knife, you respect that knife as well. You don't put it on the floor, or, you don't put it. You're so careful about your things. And then even with him, he doesn't speak a lot in terms of food and all with us, but then his also knowledge is very deep, and then he has that, hand of ease of doing things. Like, he does it with an ease. When he cooks,
It's very easy stuff.
it looks calm, and he's like that, doing this, keep this aside, take this. Ravi, on the other hand, if I can make 7 elements in 1 hour, he will do 10 or 11 elements for sure, like, without breaking a sweat.
True.
But then he moves around a lot, and then, dude, look at him, dude. He dances, he does everything. So you can be a multitasker is something that I've learned from Ravi. Raga, oh my god, she's like my elder sister. So she's younger to me, and I still call her Akka, because the way she talks and how mature she is about life. And then even with food, she chicken, I've learned from her. I'm a vegetarian. So chicken, she actually taught me. Akhil, she's very good at cooking chicken. Okay? That's because her go-to is chicken. So I learned it from her. She taught me chicken. And then even, she stays calm. Even during the auditions, this is not shown in any of the episodes. During the auditions, we were sharing at the same table. And then we were opposites, okay? I was this, serious guy who was doing all of that. And then she was like, she was pan-searing the chicken. She was doing this flip. And then she was very calm. And then she was cooking rice. She kept the rice. She made the gravy, and then she kept. She's very calm. And on the other hand, right beside her, I was this, Jasmine, dude, how, can you match her energy anytime, dude?
I have never seen anybody so energetic.
I know, right? You remember in the shoot ended at 9 or 10 in the night.
She still has energy.
No, she was dead. All of us were just so exhausted. And then somebody played, I think the driver has played some Punjabi song. She started dancing. I'm like, where did the reserve come from? Where did it come from? Like, tell me, where is it? Ashwini Akka is like a mom. She was like our mom. We call her Akka, but then she is the mom. She's like, I cook this. Akhil, come, taste. Akhil, Rohit, come, taste. She's that. Neetu Akka also is the same. Neetu Akka is also an amazing, contender. Yeah. She's that carefree lady who is that proper, the definition of feminism, and she's that wonderful lady. Yeah. So fortunately, all 10 of us or all 12 of us, whoever were there, all of us had something or the other to share and also learn from each other. True. So amazing set of contestants, dude.
Yeah, it was a great time.
Yeah. And it's a family now, I think. Yeah, true. Yeah, dare I say it's a family?
It is. Yeah. So since you shifted from engineering, I mean, you're still there. Yeah, but when you see how the engineering part and the cooking part, how did engineering play a role in your cooking?
This is an opinion again. Engineering does not teach us only about the subject. And I'm pretty sure, even, being a gold medalist, I'm telling you, being a nerd.
Can you just say that louder?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I'm a gold medalist.
Oh, no. I don't want to brag about it, dude. I regret even.
I'm a gold medalist.
No. You're not getting that. So, even after all of that, I still believe that, engineering law, especially, they teach us how to look at things and understand something is what I learned. Because the subject, I'm sure none of us will remember it. Maybe you might remember 1 or 2 subjects, but then I don't think anybody remembers the whole thing right now. But then it has taught us a lot how to look at each and everything, and how to dissect. Food is science.
Yeah. I
that,
totally agree.
yeah, like it could be, you know, the way you cook onions, the you know, like when you especially onions or any vegetable, the shape in which you cut will definitely affect the taste of it, and it's science behind it. And then you boil it, it tastes different. You fry it, it will taste different. Yeah, so all of this is, there is science behind it. And then it's easier for somebody from the engineering background to dissect it and understand it from the core level. Like when you know, we see it like, you know, okay, what happened, what's happening, okay, this is happening, okay, the reason behind this kind of reaction is happening, oh, okay, this is how it is working out. Yeah, it makes
I mean,
sense.
I would say it completely changes the perspective of thinking when you have an engineering mind.
Absolutely.
And when you try to correlate it with food, it's not the way how, you know, a HM student would retrospect the same thing.
Absolutely.
Because, you know, even if you take even a lawyer, he would look at food completely different way.
Yeah.
So things will completely change.
Absolutely. And for a home cook, we always have that you know, home wala feeling. Whenever you make a dish, you always, especially in most of my dishes, I have kept something which reminds me of home. Like for example, when I even made kevadachi, I made sure there was a element which was something people could relate. Like, you know, that's something, it's because I'm a home cook. I literally cooked at home all my life. So yeah, something. But then if there is a person from a trained professional, he might be excellent at a dish, but then he cooks it in a certain way, and then he gets it perfect. The taste will taste, obviously the taste will be amazing and everything. But then I think both of our you know, perception towards food is quite different.
True.
And we are not that professional, you know, that trained and all. But then we have learned everything from YouTube. I'm sure you have learned the most
of it from YouTube.
Absolutely.
Just about trial and error.
Yeah.
So when you talk about the whole journey from MasterChef, so what are your major learnings from it?
Major learnings, interesting question. So after the show, when I see myself on the show, one of the things that I've learned is, you know, I'm very expressive. I'm extremely expressive. People have lot of DMs, okay? Lots and lots of DMs about my expressions. And then they are unintentional, some are intentional. None of them are intentional, to be brutally honest. Like, you know, I'm like,
it just happened in the flow.
It just happened. Like when they were talking about squid, unintentionally I put an E. But trust me, I had no problem in touching it or anything. It's just that, you know, the brain and mouth connection. So now one of the learnings that I would take is, you know, make sure that I'm more calmer even when other you know, whenever somebody's giving a judgment, I want to be more calmer. In terms of food, oh my god, dude, I have learned so much. Like, you know, I would say whatever learned in my whole life and in the span of duration of MasterChef, I would say the thing that I've learned during the MasterChef is much, you know, than whatever I've learned throughout my life. Like that small period, especially because I was looking at other passionate contestants who were cooking. So it was amazing.
Great. So, I mean, we can speak a lot about MasterChef, but for now, I have a very interesting, you know, challenge, or I would say mystery challenge.
Oh my god.
So just to make the whole podcast more interesting and get that element of MasterChef, I thought of, you know, why not make a mystery challenge.
Oh my god.
So I have 6 ingredients, so you can choose any 5 and make a imaginary dish which you might do. So my 6 mystery challenge box ingredients are durian. So you know durian?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Southeast Asian, you'll definitely know durian. The other one is natto. It's a fermented soybean.
Yep.
And ragi.
Indian millet.
Squidding.
Okay.
Bamboo shoot.
Okay.
And kokum. So choose 4 ingredients that you would want to and just come up with a dish. You have 10 seconds, come up with the idea.
Okay. This is my, like, 10 seconds is a very very short period to think about something very interesting like this. So I would make a rice crisp.
Mhm.
Sorry, I'll make a roti with ragi,
Okay.
and then it's basically like a burrito. Yeah, so burrito ragi ka base,
Okay.
and then I would use the soya bean, the natto
Mhm.
as the filling part of it. The protein part will be that, and the durian is, since it's a very 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 strong thing, I will use minimal of it, and then
Okay.
I want to make a sauce of durian. The thing is, chips of durian are very interesting. I find them interesting,
Mhm.
so I would make some chips out of those durian. So and then sauce or chips. I'm still thinking, or both.
Okay.
I'll just be Ravi here.
Whichever works.
Whichever works. I'm like, I'll do both. I'll see whichever works.
Okay.
And then, that, and yeah. Have we covered everything? So I'll be using ragi in that. I have used durian.
natto,
Natto I've used.
Yeah. and one more.
Okay, what are the other elements that we have?
Kokum.
Kokum. I will definitely make a sauce out of kokum. Kokum has
So you have two sauces.
no. I'll just have one sauce. Now I have made up my mind.
Okay.
So
Okay.
kokum ka sauce.
Okay.
Kokum, the tanginess I get. Durian ka chips. I love the crisp element and this one.
Perfect.
And then the base is the roti or whatever the burrito ka wrap will be of ragi.
Interesting.
Yeah, but it will be a burst of flavors. You have given an like, dude, that is really tough. Whatever you have given me is tough.
Yeah, it is tough, and I would want to see a recipe from that ingredients on your page.
Okay, sure. Source me the durian and then I'll do it.
Yeah, you'll get it. Or you can use jackfruit.
Jackfruit, dude. Jackfruit. The answer is there. The burrito will go really well.
Yeah.
I can make tacos or both of them, and it will
So
taste
use
amazing.
jackfruit and make a recipe I would want to see.
And I'll dedicate it to you. Okay,
Super.
it is
super,
dedicated
super,
to this
super.
podcast.
So, what are your future plans? I mean, after MasterChef, so what is your next plan of action?
Future plans after MasterChef. Oh my god, interesting question. So I want to lose everything that I've got on MasterChef. I've got a lot of. I'm
Okay.
sure you can relate, dude.
Yeah.
Remember the first episode, or the tasting that we went, the first initial auditions ka, and then the final one, dude. I looked like a pig. I have gained so much. All of us have gained weight.
Yeah,
So I am trying to lose that weight. That is
Okay.
one future
Yeah.
plan I've got. And something that I've observed is I've lot to learn. So right now I want to concentrate on the learning part and also share the learning part with the YouTube or through YouTube or Instagram or whatever.
Yeah.
And then take it on from there.
Any plan for restaurants someday?
Someday for sure. Someday, one day.
Yeah, I would definitely want to join. But
Oh.
what would that be? Like, what restaurant will that be?
So if I ever were to open a restaurant, I want to open a fusion restaurant. A simple cafe, but with good fusion recipes. Quite simple, which people can relate to, but with 2 or 3 cuisines mixed without disrespecting any cuisine. That is something that I've understood.
Yeah,
that
that's
not to disrespect any authentic recipes.
Yeah, fair enough. So just to conclude, I would want to ask, what do you say, rapid fire question round.
Oh my
I mean,
god!
just to keep things more interesting.
Okay, do I have to be worried?
No, nothing. Just like it's A or B,
Okay,
like that. So, tea or coffee?
tea,
Favorite cuisine?
Thai.
One ingredient you can't live without.
One ingredient I can't live without: potato.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love potato.
Okay. Are you a early bird or a night owl?
Depends on the day, dude. Honestly, I'm not. I'm neither, actually. To be brutally honest. I sleep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's your favorite dish to cook?
Bisibelibad.
Bismillahbad.
Yeah. That's one of them.
Damn.
Yes.
And one place you would love to travel for its food.
I genuinely cannot answer that. Every place I want to go, I want to explore the food. But Thailand is one thing that I've never been to, and then obviously I love Thai. So I want to do
So
that.
you've never been to Thai and you love Thai food.
Yeah. So we used to go to Thai restaurants, and then I had people from Thailand. I learned recipes from the Thai friends of mine,
Okay.
and then Vietnamese friends.
Mhm.
The dumplings that they cooked and all, they used to show me how they folded it also. That's how I learned from.
Super, super. And one word to describe your experience on MasterChef.
Oh my god, amazing. Amazing is the word that I would use.
Mhm.
I will never forget it, dude. Even like what do you call? Even if I get dementia, God forbid, or Alzheimer's, God forbid, I will never forget this journey. Even like, yeah, it was just amazing. I mean, don't you agree?
It's like a once in a lifetime experience.
Yeah, man. Like, you can't pay any amount to get this kind of experience, and that. I mean, how often do I meet people like you, man? Yeah.
True. And one last final question. What's your favorite quick meal to prepare at home?
Khichdi.
Khichdi. Damn, I'm with you.
Yeah, khichdi is that. Love it. Any day.
Perfect.
Hot
perfect.
summer, cold evening, whatever, you're upset, you're sad, it's raining, everything. It is perfect.
Thank you so much, bro. It was a wonderful session, a wonderful first session, I would say. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people who are following you will definitely get to know your other side of cooking, like know you as a real person, what else you have been doing and what are you up to. It's such an honor to have you here, and I'm really looking forward to much more things in the future with you.
Bro, I would say thanks a lot for inviting me. I'm your first host. I am really, really glad that the pleasure is all mine. Man. Thank you so much.